Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today we're looking at McFarlane Spawn Range. This is Cygor, I believe, Cygor, a cybernetic, a cyberpunk gorilla. Looks really cool. It says not a toy, 14 plus on the box. Nice art on the back, on the side, sorry. On the back at the top, it says 22 moving parts. Now that's not the same as articulation, so I'm a bit worried about it. It looks like you can see there's a joint on the arm there. I'm hoping the fingers are articulated, but actually I think they're probably not. That would have been way too much to ask from McFarlane. Yeah, it looks like it's a sealed hand, so it can walk like a gorilla. And also, looking at the actual toy here and looking at the back, there is a considerable difference in the colouring. You can see the gold parts here, there, on the arm there, and on the red. And you look at the toy, you've got the gold at the top, but on the fingers, it is missing from what I can tell. Seems to be a lackluster paint job on this at the moment. So I'm going to unbox this, take him out, we'll do a proper look, inspection, and do the review, etc., and see what it's about. So back in an instant for you guys. Okay, here he is unboxed. Looks pretty good, but there are definitely differences compared to the box. The picture on the box has got far more paint apps. You can see there's no gold on his hands here, as we saw on the box picture, so he's missing quite a few paint apps, which you could add yourself. You could add the gold if you want. You could add to the dials and whatnot on his arms. So let's get a closer look at him. He does look really, really nice. Let me see if I hold him here. Let's get a little zoom in. Let's try and get a focus. So head is particularly menacing. The paintwork on the sort of tongue and teeth is okay. I'd be tempted to dry brush that white a little bit. The silver, the metal work done there is looking like a brushed metal. Again, you could have done that better yourself. But it looks okay. The paint apps aren't the best, but they look alright. Looks pretty cool. See the arm here. And the other arm with all these pipes which aren't painted. See the cord there, his back is behind. These cords here are almost like proper cords, flexible, but they are going to restrict how far I can bend his arm. Coming out to his feet, and so on. It's a nice looking, albeit rather scary figure. I mean, look at that. Very, very cool looking indeed. Okay, let's take a look at his articulation. Let me see about here, maybe. Okay, so they say 22 points. Let's go from the head down and see what we can find. So head is 1. Okay. That's got a up, down. You can sort of twist and side to side. Shoulders is 2. Now, if they're talking about the way it moves, or actually talking about articulating points, I'm not sure. So 22 moving parts, or points of movement. So that's 2. Maybe that would be 3 if we include the outwards. Very stiff. Bending the arm, so 3, 4, 5. Straightening and bending the arm would be 6, 7. Wrists flexing. Did I flex? Yes, they would be 8, 9. Turning would be 10, 11. Waist would be 12. Legs, no, forwards, backwards. Oh, yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, I'm making 18, and I'm counting the shoulders twice because they're moving 2 directions. So maybe I'm missing something, and there's no articulation on the fingers. Now, what I have noticed is that because McFarlane are generally very, very heavy, he can't get much on his legs backwards. He can't actually stand up. If you can get him to hold a position, he won't hold it for long before he falls forwards because he's so top heavy. But he does have that nice position on his hands, even though they are locked, which is like the proper sort of way that gorillas or chimps walk on their knuckles. He would make a pretty good mount for something, I think. He is a big boy. I'll do a size comparison in a moment. He's got limited articulation, but it's alright. He's got stiff joints, which are nice, except for that waist. The waist is too loose, and I wish his hips could go further back. Could you... Must be... Nah, you could alter that. That's a lot of work, which I'm not prepared to put in on this particular figure. Let's get a size comparison. I'll try and get more upright again if I can, just to get be more fair to him and see how brutishly big he is. Let's get his legs, his knees backwards. There we go. If I get his knees backwards, he can stand up. Okay, that's him standing up there. Let's get his head looking more towards us. There we go. Okay, first let's use some big figures. I'll use McFarlane again. I'll use the Ice Giant who I reviewed a while ago. So the Ice Giant from Witcher. It's a decent figure, great for your fantasy. Ice Giant is massive. But you can see that Cygor is no slouch himself. Let me use a Marvel Legend Bat to get an idea of size. And again, you can see that Cygor is slightly bigger than the Marvel Legend Bat. He is a big boy for sure. Let's go down to a 1/18 scale. I'll use a Marvel Universe Hulk, which is a great figure, I have to say. And you can see that, yeah, he's towering over Hulk. If I use a Warhammer 40k Joy Toy figure, again, I use the pilot from the Ultramarines Invicta Warsuit. If he's got space behind the Ice Giant there. And we can see that, yeah. Again, the Cygor is towering above them too. And let me use a regularish or smaller 1/18 scale figure. This is the skeleton I got from Simba Toys, which basically it's a pose skeleton rip-off, but this one's got built-on armor and it comes with a sword and a shield, so it's fantasy. But I just love it. I think it's such a great looking little figure. And you can see how big Cygor is. He is not a small boy and he is heavy. I like it. I wish the articulation was more, particularly in hips going backwards. They do go outwards, which is quite nice, and inwards. I wish the feet had slightly better articulation, and I wish they'd put articulation, stiff articulation, into the waist and also into the fingers. The waist is articulated, so that is particularly loose because he's so top heavy. Paint app is alright. You can improve that quite easily yourself. It's not a bad buy. I like that. People complain about McFarlane. I understand all the reasons why, but they do turn out some nice looking figures. It's not the best articulated, and they are heavy. I quite like a heavy figure. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification icon, check out other videos on my channel. There's over 1,000 there for you guys to see and enjoy. And check back soon for more reviews, news, video updates, etc. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.